all said and done, the villain in Dhoom is not really a villain. You want him to succeed. You want him to do what he wants to do. And so Aamir playing that kind of a role brings a new kind of dimension to it, you know.
I heard the script. I just loved it straight away. I love the relationship of the two brothers. I like the characters of the two brothers. I found it very moving. I was taken aback by the emotions in a film like Dhoom 3.
Immediately after he heard the script, he said, "I'm doing the film, but I'll need 1 year." He said, "हाँ मुझे ये body बनाने में 1 साल लगेगा."
I said, "I have to get into shape. I have to play a gymnast." So he said, "You're fine. You look fine." I said, "No, I don't look fine. If I have to play a gymnast, I have to look like one."
So then we realized that what he was saying was for the betterment of the film.
We had a lot of respect for the way he had built up his physicality. So I think that was also a good, challenge to me to really make sure that I also, brought myself up to a good level, to, the standard which he had worked on himself.
Initially, I was very reticent. He's Aamir. You have heard this whole legend of what Aamir is like, and he's this very serious, involved, focused actor and intense.
But the cool thing about Aamir was that he was very unassuming. He was just like a regular guy. I mean, so many times we didn't even know where Aamir was. He would be sitting in a corner reading a book.
He's so normal, and he doesn't take his stardom seriously at all, and he's just all about making a great film and having a great time making it.
And the moment he finishes performing, he just looks at you and does that, because that I found really amazing, because that's a very innocent sort of a giveaway. He just wants to know, how was it?
It's unbelievably difficult what he had to do. You are performing one role, imagining what you're going to do on the other thing. If you see the performance, it's a lot to do with reactions.
We know that it's the same actor who's going to be doing 2 parts, but that should not be the consumption of the audience.
Summer is the soul of the film. We were clear that if we got Summer right, Sahir was always going to be easier.
Sahir was a fairly straight character, and so therefore it has its own challenges. And Summer, Victor had written that he's got a speech impediment.
कमजोर नहीं हूँ, समर हूँ मैं.
So I actually lived with it in my head for a year or so. And I realized that while he does have a stammer or a stutter, instead of him getting stuck on an alphabet and is unable to move from he's not able to say it, instead of going that route for the stammer or the stutter, I wanted to use a lot of breathing for the stutter, which indicates a childlike excitement as well. So when a child is excited, he often gets stuck on certain words. He's excited, that's why he's
अगर कीबोर्ड थोड़ा लूज होगा तो मैं एक समरसॉट भी मार सकता हूँ और 29 seconds में पहुँच भी सकता हूँ.
The other thing we thought was that he doesn't look into people's eyes. He's always in this room, all the time, hidden from the world. So he's not used to looking people in the eye and talking to them. He avoids eye contact mostly. And he's got a world that he's living in. And what was ironical, I thought, with these two characters is that Summer is in the box, but Sahir is the loner.
While he was doing it, I suddenly found myself getting drawn into the scene. And I remember I told Adi, I said, "Yeah, he's a damn good actor."
A lot of it is coming from the script. A good script really gives you a lot of what the character is like. For me, the film has always been a love story of two brothers.
So, because the story was different, Aamir's casting was perfect for the film.
Actually, at some point, I will fly up because of those waves.
Amir, I know that he was taking his character to a whole other level. And so when any action that we designed with him, he was very succinct about how he wanted his character to perform within that action. And if he saw something that he liked, it was great. And if he saw something he thought could make better, he would just come up, put his arm on his shoulder, say a little something here, can we do this or that or the other thing? We'd all turn around and sure, we can try that, that's great.
You know, just observing somebody of that kind of talent, you get to learn so much. And, you know, his humility and his zest for doing all that he does is infectious. And something checked off the bucket list. You know, I got to do a film with Amir Khan.
He's a fantastic actor. He's the best thing that happened to these characters because I couldn't have brought this to life if I didn't have Amir. But he's a wonderful human being. And to me, in my book, that counts for a lot.
So I put in this